Hello everybody, we're here with Battle City Tournament. This tournament is going to be gnarly. We have 10 competitors all playing anime decks. These decks were crafted by yours truly. Let's look at the cards right now, the decks actually right now. We have Dagon Righteousness playing Odeon, Randy on Seto Kaiba, Mustache Guy on Mako Tsunami, Acno on Yugi, Toasty on Ishizu, Banished Moki on My Valentine, Danny on Joey Wheeler, Bandit Keith played by Tranquil Requiem, Rex Raptor by Tree Warden, and 20-minute combo is playing Espa. These are the decks that we could not feature because there's no one to fill these decks, which is Merrick, Arcana, Bakura, Loomis Umbra, Strings, and Weavile. So hopefully by the next tournament that we do, that's going to be a big tournament like this. And when I say big for me, you know what I mean? Hopefully we get more participation, more sign up. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. This tournament was a lot of fun too. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to be showing the top 4, and then we're going to go into the recap to just go over some of the decks and stuff and talk a little about the tournament. But remember, subscribe and join the Discord for more tournament information. Hello, here we are for the quarterfinals of the Battle City Tournament. We got Seto Kaiba, piloted by Randy, versus My Valentine, piloted by Moki. And Moki starts off with a Pot of Greed, which allows him to draw 2 more cards. And then Ring of Destruction coming out from Seto Kaiba. And that Mirror Force is looking dangerous. We were going to have something nutty happen here with the Crush Card Virus. But our opponent Mirror Forced. So Seto Kaiba is definitely on the back foot. Losing in card advantage right here. Especially now that Sage is going to be able to pop that Crush Card. It's looking pretty rough for Seto Kaiba. But we found another Ring of Destruction, which is going to help deal with the Sage. It's going to be a pretty nice card to deal with. Sangan goes to the graveyard, and we search for a third Sangan. Really thinning out this deck, hopefully to find something decent. Found the Lord of D. Now, there's only one Lord of D in the deck. And there are 2 Flute of the Summoning Dragons, so that could be definitely something we could eventually search for. We find a Z Metal Tank. Now, Kaiba's list, so you guys know, is a little more geared towards playing the XYZ Dragon Cannon. And Big Regeki, 1 for 3, into the Z Metal Tank. Boom, hitting for 15. And that enemy controller could be a big indicator of who's going to win this game. And here comes the Blowpiper. Enemy controller is going to shift that into defense, protecting the Z Metal Tank. Now, can we find any of the other pieces? And nope, we find Flute. So, Flute is going to allow him to bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to break through this defense and start wailing on our opponent. Unfortunately, they have some bricks in hand. They got Harpy Lady Sisters, and then we say a Blowpiper. Man, the fact that Seto Kaiba was able to come back and take this quarterfinal match from...
Admit it! You're beaten, defeated, and humiliated!
Let's get to the next game. Alright, we're here in the next game, and we have Espa, Jesus, versus Joey Wheeler. Joey Wheeler played by Flufar, and Uber Swaglord is the Espa. The double Psychic Mega Cyber, Brain Control Psychic, dude, this is kind of devastating. He's just going to eat these. I'm getting a little greedy with this Mirror Force IMO. So this is a big misplay by Flufair. I believe they didn't wait for the right time to actually do this. But when the opponent declares an attack, he is supposed to change this in defense and equipped. This would have gave him a pretty good edge here. Mind you, he does have Mirror Force, so I don't know how big of an edge it would have gave him. But it definitely would have been pretty freaking solid. And now this Mirror Force is an absolute blowout. Oh my goodness. Pretty devastating in my opinion. Now, one thing I'm a little confused on is I feel like Psychic Shockwave should have been set at the same time. But maybe he was afraid of some type of back row removal. And the only reason I say that is because if he had Psychic Shockwave down set from last turn, he could have practically almost killed him here. Right? So that's going to shift that into defense. Again, here's like another... here's another thing I feel like is a missed lethal opportunity. Like, you can Brain Control, grab Goblin Attack Force, flip Psychic Shockwave, go into Jinzo, right? And then Fairy Box is negated, and you just attack with everything, and he has lethal. But he decides to just keep this Fairy Box up for an extended period of time. Maybe he just felt super confident in winning this. I don't know. I feel like if you have the win, you just go for it. Because this was a prize pool. There was $50 on the line. It was a free tournament, but it was $50 for first place. So I feel like you would take it a little more seriously. So now we have the... See, he could have won last turn. Now he has the Red Eyes Baby. But we know we have the Red Eyes Black Dragon in the hand. This only special summons from the deck. Which is unfortunate. And that's the reason why Uber Swaglord's not attacking. Because this deck doesn't really have that many... then we set Mirror Force. Kind of confused by some of these plays. And then Mirror Force comes out. Psychic Shockwave is absolute blowout, right? Just absolute blowout. Like, but like I said, he could have won. I guess this is more stylish, right? Could have won a while ago if he actually just did it right. And again, the opponent's very afraid. Uber Swaglord's very afraid of attacking into this Red Eyes Baby because he doesn't know what that Red Eyes is actually in his hand. Because this would equip. So when Red Eyes Baby equips, it gains 300 attack, which would be bigger than all of Uber Swag.
Ah, I guess this is the end of the line.
I feel like it was kind of strange. I feel like Joey definitely could have came back from this, but I also feel like Uber Swaglord could have closed out the game like quite a bit ago. But Espa is going to advance to the finals. Hello, we're here for the grand finals, and this is Seto Kaiba versus Espa, a little dweeb. This is if there was no hacks inside of Battle City. I guess Espa is just making it to the finals. Force rate is just too much for people to deal with. I mean, this Crush card has been coming in pretty fucking clutch to a lot of these games. So we're going to get early Mirror Force out of the way. I think most decks, if not all, had at least one Mirror Force in the deck just to have a get out of jail free card. And we're going to equip the X head. And you might be saying, oh, why didn't he go into a fusion? Well, this actually protects him from, if he ends up summoning a monster bigger than the X head, from getting popped. And he ends up just special summoning 2 monsters in a row. Kind of filthy, to be honest. Might be a little broken. Might be my fault in making the deck too strong. Not sure. But double special summon is pretty disgusting. But so is Sangan into Crush Card Virus. That's also pretty gross. But he actually sends a Jinzo to the graveyard, which is pretty good for returner. And then we are just going to pass here. Man, I was rooting for Kaiba the whole time just because I feel like Kaiba was like the underdog in this tournament, which is kind of surprising. But a lot of people were thinking other decks are going to win. They like every time another deck popped up, they were saying, "Oh, Odeon's deck's too broken. This deck's too broken. This deck's too broken." Well, in this Battle City tournament, it's a best of 1, so anything can happen. And also, you got like people like My Valentine or like Espa who like there's decks that counter each other. You know what I mean? Against Odeon, Esperota obviously is going to destroy him. He has Jinzo. Against Odeon versus My Valentine has Harpies, Feather Duster. Like there's certain decks that get countered by other decks. So it's really like luck matchup dependent. You know what I mean? But that's what makes it fun. Like I said, it was a free tournament, so whatever. I thought the decks were like relatively balanced for the most part. It's tough. Balancing 16 decks is not easy. Alright, so we got Monster Reborn. Insane top deck. Jinzo comes out again. This is where the game kind of took a turn. And the unfortunate thing, if we could find the last Z metal in the deck, that shit would be ideal. Because then he would be able to go into XYZ Dragon Cannon and Kablooey. But at bare minimum, he needs to find the Z metal just so he can go to this. Actually, what is the one that destroys monsters? Is there no one that doesn't do that? No, none of them do. Never mind. Guess you're just boned. You gotta wait until you go into this. For some reason, I thought one of them actually destroyed face-up monsters. Guess not. I made the deck, by the way. Didn't even know that. Pretty bad. So, Unexpected Die is gonna come out. X-Head Cannon. Sangan. Boom. Kind of crazy. I think at this point, Randy's just waiting to find something not shit. Jinzo is going to take the head off of Egg's head. And then we get a draw. Monster Reborn. Actually, extremely good draw. What could we do here with Monster Reborn? Was there a way we could finish the game sooner? Not really. Not really. Not very good targets for Monster Reborn, unfortunately. Enemy Controller, though. Very, very good top deck. Which is going to get the Z Metal. Then the Monster Reborn is going to be bringing back X Head Cannon. Summon the Z Metal. Boom. And then we got the Kablooey right here. It looks like...
I thought you would produce at least a bit of a challenge, but you're no competition at all.
See if there's no rigging happening due to plot twists. Kaiba wins. Easy as that. Hello, just wanted to talk a little recap of the tournament. Just wanted to say, if you guys wanted to watch the full VOD of the tournament, you can watch that. It should be on Twitch TV, on my Twitch. It's in the description. But this is kind of how it went. We had Ishizu versus Odeon, because we only had 10 people turn out. I really hope we get more people for GX. And we'll do another cash prize to try and incentivize people to come over. But pretty much how that's going to work is I make these decks. I'm going to make these anime decks, hopefully around 16 again. Because 16 is the ideal number for brackets. And then it's a best of one against each of the anime characters. You guys pretty much role play as the anime characters. So we have Ishizu versus Odeon. Odeon took the dub. My Valentine versus Rex Raptor. He actually Warden couldn't show up, so automatic win here. And then we had Espero versus Odeon. Espero absolutely annihilated Odeon. It was pretty disgusting. And Odeon had a pretty strong deck too. Joey Wheeler versus Bandit Keith. Joey Wheeler squeaked out a win here, bringing them both to the semifinals. And then Mako Tsunami versus My Valentine. Mako got his ass blown off by Harpy's Feather Duster. The Mako deck it probably could have been a little bit better, but the whole deck was based on a legendary ocean. The legendary ocean allows you to play level 5 monsters essentially as a level 4 monster, as long as they're water. So his deck really took advantage of that, and the Harpy's Feather Duster just blowing all those cards away really put Mako in a really bad position. I think if that card was allowed to stay on the field, Mako definitely would have came up on top on this one, but Mai was able to take the dub there. And then Yugi versus Kaiba. Kaiba blew the back out. Very good plays with Ring of Destruction. A lot of control coming out of Kaiba. And then Kaiba versus Mai. Kaiba blows out Mai's, as you've seen. And these are, you already seen these games. It was very fun, and I think GX is going to be a lot of fun too. And we might do some more tournaments in the future with tag tournaments and stuff like that. But the biggest thing here is we need more participation. Only because the tournaments are a lot more fun when you have more people playing in them. When you only have, like, let's say 10 people playing in them, we don't get as many rounds as we were supposed to get and all this other stuff. And also, look at all these beautiful anime characters that were not picked. You want to see the decks for these? So, these are the decks that were not picked, okay? We had Merrick. Here's Merrick's deck. So nobody got to see this masterpiece. We were playing 3 Nightmare Wheels, 2 MSTs. We got a Pot of Greed, Wing Dragon Raw Sphere Mode, Lava Golem. Some pretty gnarly cards in this. A lot of cards from the anime. Another deck that we weren't able to see was Bakura, who's playing Zork, playing Necrofear, playing Final. Obviously, you have to play this if you're playing it. Pretty cool, though. Morphing Jar, Man-Eater Bug. These are just decks that were not be able to play. Tribe Affecting Virus. A lot of good cards. Card of Safe Return. So a lot of cool cards that were missing because we just didn't get enough people for the tournament. Would it change the outcome? Possibly. Think about it. A lot of these games came down to who can beat each other's ass. Like think of the Jinzo deck, right? The Jinzo deck had Mirror Force, but other than that, they had no outs for something bigger than 2400 attack. Mass Beast, if they end up summoning Mass Beast Desgardus or the Mass Beast, and there's no Mirror Force, you're just winning that. You're gonna take the game from them. You know what I mean? And then this is another deck. We got Arcana. We got the 3 Dark Magicians. Also the 3 Dark Magic Curtains. Magical Dimension. Mirror Force. Ready for Intercept. Which honestly is a pretty damn good ability. Especially when you have these flip effects. You know what I mean? A lot of flip effects in the deck. So, I don't know. I feel like that could have been pretty sick. Also, we have this combo here. The Malice Dull of Demise with the Ectoplasma, which is a pretty sweet combo. That was actually done in the anime. But, yep, that's another deck we couldn't play. We got Weavile. Weavile was probably one of my more favorite ones. We had the Ultimate Insect level 3, 4, 5, and 7. I know these are a little more advanced, but Weevil's deck would have been horrible if he's... Because remember, in Battle City, Weevil cheated. We obviously can't cheat and force a parasite in their deck. So that's kind of unfortunate. But we did the best we could with that too. But yeah, I just really wish that we could have got more people for the tournament. Other than that, I think it was a pretty big success. Everyone that played in the tournament really enjoyed it. So I definitely want to do more stuff like this in the future. So if you want to join in more tournaments or more information, join the Discord. And if you join the Discord, guess what? You're going to be informed about any tournaments coming up. Easy as that. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.